Yes, hello, welcome back to Dean's allotment. I've just started to chop down the green manure in this particular bed on the plot. As you can see, started to chop it down with the shears. We'll chop all this particular one all the way down, then start to dig it in, and then start to cover it over and leave this one for summer sowing. Well, that's this particular bed all been cut down now. I will just start to dig it all in. Right, as you can see, just started to dig the green manure in. We'll work all the way along the plot and dig all this in. As I said before in previous episodes, first time I ever used this. Be interesting to see what sort of nutrients this has to the soil. Well, I will carry this on and I will show you when I've covered it all over. Well, here's the bed that I've just finished digging in all the green manure. Cover that over with a black plastic and throw a pallet on the top to keep it all down. That should all rot down inside there and be ready for sowing or planting up in the spring. Right, just moving on to the first bed. Just going to throw some chicken manure onto this, rake this all in, leave it for a few days to a week, and this is where I'll be sowing my autumn peas. Okay, as you can see, I've brought up the onions, started them off in modules, just modules cooked with compost, give them a little bit of a head start, transfer them into the plot, put down a string line, okay, putting them in around about 4 to 5 inches apart, in rows about 12 inches apart. As you can see, just dug a little hole with a trowel, put the onion from the noddle into the hole and just firm the soil around and firm them in. And like I said before, doing it this way tends to help with the birds not pulling the bulbs out. Right, that's all the white onions now in. As you can see, I've put a netted structure over the top. This will help protect a little bit against any birds that do try taking these up. But also we have a bit of a problem with muntjac deer up here as well. They sometimes walk all over the beds. Still a bit of room in this particular bed to put some more red onions that are not quite ready for me yet. And further down the actual plot, I've got room for another lot of red onions and some garlic that we'll put in at a later date. Right, now I've moved on to the first bed on the plot. As you can see, I've hoed out a couple of large drills. I'm going to try with some autumn sown peas. These particular peas are called Meteor. Gives them a bit of a head start, hopefully getting an early crop in sort of mid-spring, I would think. Right, that's the first lot of peas been put into the large drills. I will just rake them over and show you when it's all finished. Right, that's my first sown of the autumn sown of the peas. As you can see, I've raked it all over. Give it a little bit of a water. Put a little bit of a structure over the top with a little bit of netting just to give it a bit of protection from any possible birds when they come through, but more so the muntjac deer that seems to have his way of wandering around over all the beds. Thanks very much for watching. See you again soon.